I interrupted Sensei Chris. I won! I said it first.
Hi everyone, welcome to this Thursday's class. So we've gone casual today because it's a bit hot. So this class we're going to be looking at some footwork and some footwork drills. So one of my MMA students asked me about footwork and asked me to direct him towards some videos and things. So I thought, why don't I make one?
A video.
Even better,
Do you
right?
mind if we swap Sensei Chris?
We can swap. I think it's better for me to decide anyway.
Good.
So
It's easier to see.
we're going to look at the fundamentals of footwork, and then we're going to kind of start very basic and then go intermediate and then go advanced. And it's not too physical. We're going to do some like slightly exercisey stuff at the very end, footwork drills, but we're going to kind of focus on the technique today, right? So we'll start to skate, look bow, hey, that's. Do a quick warm up, roll your wrists.
I didn't stop looking at you.
Why?
Hurts my neck.
Ah, since Julie's got a bad neck today.
Smash
Forearms, she's probably glad that this isn't a particularly physical workout.
I'm glad I just wouldn't do it.
And open your chest out.
Hey, I can see.
Nice massage after, you'll be alright, right? Up at an angle.
I'm getting my massage done.
Hot, hot.
Is it open?
And this side, it's ready.
Ow.
Arms forward.
Ow. Ow, my shoulder's working as well. Ow.
Backwards.
Ow.
And hand on the knees, roll your knees.
Whee! This one's like the skiing.
And twist one foot.
So put your foot down.
And the other. Just because I'm balanced on my bad knee then.
Oh.
And elbows up, twist it out. Well, they're both bad. That's the worst knee, to be more accurate. And then, this is kind of get more relevant later. We're going to have one hand out, opposite foot, like we're walking, so I've got my left foot and my right arm. Then jumping swap and keep going for a minute. 3, 2, 1, 3. I almost messed up then. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. It's a Rocky soundtrack. None of the kids watching this know what I'm doing.
Yep.
They don't think I'm crazy.
Yep. No different.
Halfway.
What? Oh my god. Ow. Okay, go. Ah. My arm's tired. Coming out. Faster, faster. Speed to the wrist. You don't think you're dancing. This is a terrible technique.
That's so hard to be slow with. And next,
You're
ready.
like a maniac.
So, what is footwork? What does footwork mean? Now, footwork is how we move around when we're fighting, right? So I don't just want to walk around, right? I want to move in a specific way, which will make it more effective for me to fight, right? And one of the problems that people don't realise that don't understand martial arts is you can't just walk around. Because every time I step forwards, I'm stood on one leg, I can get tripped up. It's very hard to hit Sensei Julia here, and it's very hard to change direction. So if I step forward and she goes to throw a punch, boom, I get hit, because really, I have to put my foot down to be able to go backwards again, right? And people are like, but it's very slow the way you move in a fighting stance. But I'm not going very far, right? So she's only there, look, can't reach it. I gotta go this far, and then this far away.
Do you know what other
There's
sport
no
they use
run.
it, Sensei Chris? Do you know what other sport they use it a lot in?
Fencing?
Fencing!
Exactly. So, we're going to look at the stance, how we stand, and then the slight variations with different martial arts, and then what I recommend, right? So, we're going to start with the kind of standard, we're going to call it a boxing stance, right? So, a boxing stance, I'm going to start feet shoulder width, right? Now, I'm going to stand here, you can see my foot is on the edge of the mat, here. I'm going to slide it back, so it's still on the edge of the mat, right? I don't want to do this. A lot of people will do this. They stand like this. No, 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 no. Because now, you see the difference in range. It's very hard for me to untwist. I can't untwist and make my fists match. But if I keep my foot in a line, I can untwist. Look, I've got equal range both sides.
It also means that if Sensei Chris is straight, like on a skateboard, I can trip him up really easily. If he's got his foot out the other way, if I go try and trip him up, he just transfers his weight to the back leg and doesn't need, or he can just pick up his leg and just be like, no, that's fine.
So The reason why most people will stand like this is because they want to be a small target. So that's logical, right? You guys can't see very much of me. If I stand like this, you can see a lot of me. If you had to throw a ball, right, and hit a target, a really big target is going to be a lot easier to hit than a really small target. So it's the same way with punching and kicking. If I go sideways, I'm harder to hit, but I can't hit with this side very well. So I've got to think offensively and defensively. Whereas if I slide straight back, I'm still big. But look, all I can do is twist. And I can twist. And now I'm that small target, but if I want to, I can untwist to be able to hit you, right? If I stand like this, I can only twist so much. That's very uncomfortable. And I don't really get much smaller. So I'm here, I can twist like that. So it's feet, shoulders apart. Now, which leg you put back is generally your dominant leg, right? So I'm right-handed, so I will put my right foot back. Now, there's some exceptions to this. There's some people who might be right-handed, but they prefer to be this way around. Or there might be some left-handed people that prefer to be right way around. What you'll find is, if you do a board sport, skateboarding, snowboarding, even a scooter,
surfing board,
right? Surfing, whichever way it feels comfortable to stand on a skateboard is generally the way you stand fighting, right? But for most people, you want your dominant hand back, right? If I was going to play rounders, baseball, I would stand right leg back because I'm right-handed and that feels natural to me, right? If I was to play golf, I'd stand right leg back, that feels natural to me. When we start fighting, people want to lead with their right hand because it's closer. They just want to do this all day, right, with a good hand. But that's a bad instinct because when I'm ready to knock them out, I'm using my worst side and it's going to feel really awkward, right? I want to use my left as the setup and the right is the good one, ready to come behind it, right? So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go right foot back. And now I want to twist both feet 45 degrees like that. So kids, 90 degrees, 45 degrees. Think
you know
diagonal,
maths
right?
as well with us,
Like
maths as well.
I want to be like that because now I can twist and throw punches off both legs and I can still move really well. If I'm straight, it's kind of hard. I can't drive my hip very easily, right? I can kind of flip my heel out, but it's very difficult, right? Like that. And if I'm straight, I'm also don't have a very good sense of direction, sense of balance this way and this way. I can get tripped up. Right? I want to be like this. Okay. So that's your fundamentals, right? Shoulder width, one normal side step back, both feet 45 degrees, like that. Now there's some variation. I'm doing a lot of talking today.
What?
So everyone at home just they're going, give me something to do. So boxing stance will be like this, right? 45 degrees. There's a number of reasons. They don't have to worry about someone grabbing their legs. They don't have to worry about being kicked. They don't have to worry about someone kicking their legs. They don't have to worry about throwing kicks themselves, right? So this is a really good stance if all you're doing is punching someone. Now, kickboxing, you'll find slightly longer stance here, right? So that they're ready, and it's easier to flick kicks if I'm slightly longer here. Karate, sports karate, even longer. Right?
They tend to use ankles.
Because what happens is that if I'm here, Senju can reach me, right? To hit me. Yeah. If I do a long stance, I'm really far away now. Right? Haha. Right? And then what they do is they'll be here and they'll leap in and hit them. Because they're not worried about hitting hard, they're just worried about getting the point.
Yakizuki.
Yakizuki. Now MMA, which is Alfie who asked the question, he likes MMA, is boxing stance, tiny bit longer, right? Boxing stance, tiny bit longer, hands a little bit lower, right? It's counterintuitive, but I've got to worry about them throwing me. So I'm going to risk having my hands a tiny bit lower than normal, not quite up around my face, because I want to be able to stop takedowns or grabbing myself, right, or block kicks. So we're going to look at movement first. So I'm here, if I go forwards, I want to push off my back foot and go front foot, there. If I go backwards, I go back foot, there. So follow along at home, we're just going to do that 10 times forward and backwards, right? Forward, backwards, 1, forward, backwards, 2, forward, backwards, 3, forward, backwards, 4, forward, backwards, 5, forward, backwards, 6, forward, backwards, 7, forward, backwards, 8, forward, backwards, 9, forward, backwards, 10. Good. Now when you're doing it, you might want to do that again slowly. And what you want to do is do your movement and stop and be like, am I 45 degrees? Are both feet diagonal? Am I one shoulder step apart? And am I make sure I'm not on a skateboard?
Oh, not to make sure. Lots of people, when you do that, they go wee, like inside up, and then back.
And then you You want to always finish perfectly there. That's why you have to do it so many times. You want it to the point where you can't do it wrong. Your body just remembers and puts you in the right position. Now, when we're fighting, we don't just go forwards and backwards. Right? We do that a lot because I'm trying to hit them backwards. But we also go to the sides and left and right. So it's very simple. If I go left, which is that way for me, I want to go left foot, right foot. If I go right, I go right foot, left foot. And I want to, it sounds a bit weird, but you've got to concentrate on the leg you're not moving because it pushes you. So it's like I do a little hop. Push, 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 like that. So we're going to do that left and right 10 times. You ready? Across and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stop, look at our feet. We'll want a tiny bit off there. Good. And back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we're just going to put those together in a square drill. We're seeing me and Seth, you can do it at the same time as each other, right? So we're going to go forwards, right, backwards, left. Now if you're following along at home, you might be there. This is very easy, but I bet on one of those you're not finishing in a very good stance. Because every time I do this, we move the wrong way. Every time I teach this in the class, I'll say freeze, and there'll be someone who's like this, right? So forwards, across, backwards, across. Forwards, across, backwards, across. And keep going. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Try to stop.
I'm about to knock myself out of the lap.
So what?
It's just so close to knock myself out of the lap every time. As well the mat moves, we're getting closer to the lap.
And rest. Very good. So you might realise we've only practiced one way around, right? Some fighters are very good at fighting both ways, right? But in my opinion, you guys have gone to school and you learn to read and write, right? You learn to write. You can write with your left hand. If your right hand broke, you'd be able to write something, right?
You can write something.
Right? But there's only so much time that you have to dedicate to learning to write. So what the teacher will do is just tell you to do it with one hand, right? So if you practice with a dominant hand, most of the time you'll have it there ready, right? Now, you might think, well, don't you want to practice both ways? Because sometimes you fight both ways. But what I want to do is I want to get my lead hand really good at being fast and throwing hooks off it. I want to practice a different skill with this hand than this hand. It's a bit like I'm learning to write with this hand and I'm learning to juggle with this hand. That's so hard to do. Do I want to start practicing doing it the other way just in case? You'll be able to fight around the other way if you can do it anyway. So,
like defences, we always tend to say that you do both sides because you don't know which side they're going to attack you on. So you need to be able to respond on both sides of the defence. But when it's you choosing to do the position, so whether you're choosing to do the kick, you're choosing to do the punch, like you want to be able to do it the best way you possibly can.
If you're a fighter that wants to be able to learn both sides, you do it. My recommendation is just for efficiency, focus on one side only. Yeah. Unless you're some martial arts freak that wants to be able to switch constantly. So even some famous fighters are very good at switching. Quite often they just do completely different stuff on the other side. So it's a bit different. Something their lead leg kick and like it's not like they learnt both sides. They learnt two different sides.
To do something else, yeah.
So anyway, when we're fighting, that's it. We've got forwards, backwards, and then going around in circles is the same as the left and right here. Now what I want to do is be able to pivot, right? So if I'm fighting Julia here, right? Maybe I want to go over here. To get an angle to hit her, right? So since Julia throws a right punch, I come over here, boom, I'm ready to hit her. So I have to be good at pivoting and getting angles, right? Fighting is all about angles. If I'm straight with someone, it's very even, right? If I get a slight angle, it's hard for her and really easy for me. Right? So you'll see boxers are constantly circling each other. Circling, 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 one way or the other, circling. Just trying to get a tiny angle because it's a big advantage when we're fighting, right? So we're going to look at angling. So what I'm going to do, my lead leg's going to step out here, and then I'm going to lift my heel up, and then pivot on the ball of my foot, and face this way. I want to imagine there's someone in front of me I'm fighting and I've got that perfect fighting stance here. Right? So let's go back. So step, pivot, good, and then come back. step, pivot. Good, and back. Do it 10 more times. 1,
Ever.
2. Good. Now try and think about where the person's in front of me here. I don't want to do this. A lot of people do this. They pivot and end up here. Feet crossed. They just end up completely out of stance. We've got to really concentrate on finishing in the right stance. Right? Stand. Good. And I'm back. Chi. Go. Rook. Sit. Hatch. Q. Ju. Good. So that's going to my left. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, it's going to feel you're going the other way. But that's pivoting off my lead foot, right? That's the thing that's important. Now, if I go the other way, which is generally the best way to go if I fight someone else right-handed, so since you is right-handed like me, if I go this way, the way we just did, I'm kind of going towards a power hand, right? If she was a lefty, it'd be perfect, but this is back. So what I want to do, what's the light? I want to go this way. So I throw, go back, sorry. So I throw my right leg out and pull my left foot in, and then I'm ready to hit. So I throw, I'm going to the right, so right left. Perfectly, look at that stance, everything's lined up, so feet crossed, nothing there. So let's do it all together. So we're going to end up facing that way. So you ready? Itch. Good. Good. Knee. Good. Stand. Chi. Go. Rook. Sit. Ooh, not sure what you're doing. Back goes there. Go back. Back goes in front of you.
Yeah.
Visualise.
Yeah.
Get an angle on. You've got the door frame is the bad guy. Right?
Right now?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, 3 more.
That's what I'm doing.
No.
Okay.
You were starting here and then up over.
I'm speaking French.
One more. Alright, good. So you've learned some fundamental skills, right? We've got forwards, backwards, left, right, good, and into shot, and then we've learned to pivot on our front foot here, and then go the other way, throw the back foot, right? So you'll see a lot of fighters do what's called shadow boxing, right? So they fight their imaginary friend, which you think, why would you do that? But it's very hard if you're not very experienced, especially, but for everyone really. Sparring and thinking about everything, right? So some things you just want to train to their instincts. So it's very hard for me to spar, worry about someone hitting me in the head and go, is my foot perfect? Am I moving right? So what you'll do, part of your class or just at home, is just shadow box. You just imagine you've got an opponent in front of you. Right, I'm here, moving, maybe hit him a couple of times. I'm going to angle off, hit him again. I'm going to go the other way, hit him. I'm going to move forward, then go left, then go right, backwards, pivot. Just like that, and that will really help you get your fundamental footwork really good, right? So we're going to look at some advanced footwork now. Are you excited since you do?
So excited.
So there's a famous fighter called Conor McGregor, right? And he has, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson did like this as well. They have what's called blitz style, right? So basically, they'll be really far away, like this. Now if I slide my foot, there's quite a long way, quite a lot of distance to cover. So what they do is here, they'll be bouncing, and then there's one, right? Hit and leap back. So it's 2 feet,
Yeah.
like that.
That doesn't look very advanced.
The hard bit, the advanced bit is the timing. Because if I mess this up and she throws a right punch, like, whoa, I dive into it, right? So what they do is they're on the outside and they're looking for timing openings to always have their hands down because they're miles away. They're not worried here. And they leap it, oh! There. They're just trying to time you. It's all timing.
Is it always a cross or could it be a jab?
Could be anything, right? Could be a leaping kick or something, but most of the time it's going to be a punch, and they're trying to time you. And often they'll be watching your feet. right? It's all the timing, trying to time the leap, and it's called the blitz footwork. There's a Michael Page is good at this as well. So have a little practice of that. So it's a longer stance than normal. If I'm here, it's kind of hard to hop very far. If I'm a bit longer, oh, I can hop really far, right? This is from karate, but it's really useful for some combat sports. So I'm here, little bounce, and then leap. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is the kangaroo one.
Leap. And leap. Good. And one more. Let's do 2 more. So bouncing, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Boom!
No. You shan't.
One more. Right. And here, boom! It's hard, the mat moves. Right.
No, oh, yeah, the mat.
Now we're going to look at another advanced one. This is a fighter that I really like called Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who's about 40 years old, so nothing boy about him. But he does a shuffle step. So normally, if I want to kick Sensei Julian in the head, right, I would slide up, throw my kick, and slide back again. Got bad knee. So what he will do is do a little bit of that hop again, and then a skip, and then skip back. So skip up, skip back. We're not even going to do the kick, we're just going to do that. So I'm here, hop, back, right? And it could be hop, and I do a punch. It doesn't have to be a kick, but most of the time it's a hopping kick here, and back. There is this view.
No.
A little bounce, itch, good, knee, hop, san, hop, shi, hop, go. Right. Wait for it, wait for it. Sit. Whoop. Catch. Go. Two. Very good. Boom. Smash that. So, now we're going to do super advanced footwork. So we're going to try diamond footwork. This is something I do a lot, but I very rarely teach. Almost never teach because it's very difficult to do, and it's kind of one of those things that some people seem naturally good at and some aren't, right? So I'm in my fighting stance here. So essentially what I'm doing is bringing my foot back and swapping here, right? So here, there, foot back, across, there. So normally it's out, pivot, or step here. So this one, this foot back, this foot out, pivot. So here, fight stop. And a very quick way of getting an angle, especially, this is the light. The light is barreling towards me, trying to hit me. Get an angle, boom, and I hit. Can't do this, try and teach you this. You can weigh the mat down.
Oh, thanks.
So, fighting stance.
Fighting stance.
Feet together.
Feet together.
Right leg out.
Right leg out.
Fighting. Here. More. So what we're trying to do is almost exactly the same time. Both feet move.
Make pivot to the pivot. You do that all the time. Oh, I so recognise that. It's so annoying. I hate that.
Dominic Cruz. Yeah. Let's try again. Foot back. Foot out. Pivot.
Do we still drag the other foot on the second time? So
Try to do it.
Drag, pivot. I mean drag or...
Try to do both at the same time, but with a tiny delay. Boom.
You are moving your foot. And then dragging that foot. Then your left foot. And drag. Yeah.
I'm pretty much there. There's a tiny
No,
delay.
no, but you're dragging. So together, out, drag to finish.
Yes. So you ready? Itch.
Together, out, drag.
Good. Knee. San.
Woo!
Shi. Go. 5 more. Go. Right. Stitch. Hatch. Here. 2.
It's good, but no, I'm not doing that.
And same thing, you've got to practice it a lot to be able to pull it off in sparring. You'll be practicing moving around.
You do it all the time.
Tall guy move. So, we've got well for an old man with bad knees. So we're going to finish off. So, before we finish off, there's some fundamental things. You have to always be on your toes, right? It doesn't always look like it. That's what some people get confused. You're always on your toes and they're like, I can't do this L round, right? But
my calves will be huge.
Even if it looks like my feet are flat, my weight is on the balls of my feet and my toes, right? So I can move really fast. If my weight's on my heels, it's slow, cumbersome. But if my weight is on my toes, even though my foot's flat, I can move really well, like that, right? So we don't want to be flat-footed, but that doesn't mean you can't have your foot down, right? The only time I plant my heel is usually if they're barreling towards me and I want to plant my weight to throw a punch back at them, right? That's for the only time. Anytime I'm coming forward, I'm going on the balls of my feet because I want as much range and twist as possible. That's about the only time we've got our heels down is when they're running towards you, being a bit suicidal, right? Doing the leaping thing we did earlier. Right. So, what I want you to do, have a line on the floor. You can use anything you've got. Tape, belt, sausages, whatever works for you.
Nice yellow dog.
Maybe have the dog. Good, it's going to be easier if it's flat, isn't it? Okay. So, we're going to start, we're going to help. So, fighters will do loads and loads of skipping, right? And skipping is usually associated with 6-year-old girls.
Right, say that, I reckon I'll do it.
Fighters do it a lot, right? It's like, why is that the thing to do? Because then you have the endurance and the strength in your legs and you don't get tired, right? So we can do some drills that will help you with your footwork. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be in my fighting stance here. I'm going to jump and swap, right? What I'm going to do is keep going like that for 30 seconds. Are you leaving?
Yes, I'm going to take some painkillers.
What a good sign. Right. 3, 2, 1, go. This will just help me get good, staying on the balls of my feet. Try not to hit the bell. Ten seconds. And rest. Woo, slipping there. So the next one, I'll keep my line. Since you know where are you when I need you. So I'm going to be stepping over line, forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, back. With a little bit of speed would be good. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Stand on the mat. I need your dead weight.
I lie down, but I feel you kick me. You tripped on the mat. Don't touch the belt.
10 seconds. And rest. Good. Easy peasy. So,
Yeah, that's good.
next one it's not as fight specific, but it's good for your calf strength. So you're going to step, 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 step. Just like that. You ready since you do?
Sure.
30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway. I'm not trusting you. 10 seconds. Oh, man. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You were slow.
Woo, slow down the end.
Sometimes.
Doing quite a lot of exercise now.
They don't like it.
Right. We're going to do one more sense of gear. We have a Highland fling. We're going to cross back, cross back, cross back, cross, back. No arms.
Okay.
You ready? Look at that, doesn't need a rest. 3, 2, 1, go.
You can do it too, that's fine.
I'm standing on it so much. Ah!
Well, you're not even going anywhere near it.
10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, you know, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I did.
What is that?
You messed it up.
That was not me.
Ooh. Awesome work, everyone. Let's have a little stretch. One leg in, one leg out. Oh, that's fun. Oh, not my bone. Exercise. So, we have our live class tomorrow. Check your emails.
Friday.
Yep, that's tomorrow. Both feet out. And if you want a half an hour private lesson one-to-one in your garden, just send us an email and we'll book you in. Reach those toes, says you. Come on.
No, that's my shoulder.
Butterflies, don't hurt your shoulder.
Oh, you're so funny.
If you repeat this class, and I think it's one of those things where everyone wants to learn the jumping, spinning backflip kick, and the super cool spinning back fist, and Superman punches and exciting things. But fundamentally, if you have great footwork, you will become a phenomenal martial artist or like sparrer, fighter. It makes such a difference. It was one of those things. I had a big learning experience when I'd been doing karate, but I took up boxing, and I thought it wouldn't be much different. And the punches were all I had all the fundamentals down, but the thing I was really missing was the footwork. It's massive. And then they have ring craft as well, so it's controlled in the center of the ring or cage or octagon or whatever. If you can control the middle, you have more space to move, and if you can cut off people's angles, and it's very, very complicated footwork and the strategy that goes with it. But if you can get the fundamentals down, where whenever you move, you're finishing a fighting stance, and you practice it so much that you don't have to think about it anymore. You just do it. So I could film you sparring and watch it in slow-mo, and at no point would you lose your fighting stance. If you become like that, you'll become very hard to beat. Most people get caught when they're off step, they're out of balance, they finish in the wrong position. Come on in front, have a little back stretch. Since Stu's can supervise. Oh, I'm very old.
Hips down.
Oh, that's as good as it gets.
No, bend. Bend a little. Breathe.
I'm just a supple
leopard. Why leopard supple? What if I said a cheetah?
There's a book, Ken Starrett, Like a Supple Leopard. It's like the most famous book on how to stay mobile as you get old.
Really?
That's why I always say I'm a leopard.
Oh, okay.
I always compare myself to a supple leopard.
Interesting. I don't want to do that.
I don't even read the book.
Ow. Ow. Oh, no.
He's an interesting guy because he had like CrossFit do the WOD, workout of the day, where it's like hammer your body.
Yeah.
So he has like mobility WOD. So he's like, okay, today you're gonna crawl on the floor, you're gonna stretch, you're gonna do whatever, and like you keep doing these things every day, and it keeps your body healthy.
That'd be nice because I hurt my neck just by sleeping funny.
Good work, Stu.
Ow.
Right. Arigato gozaimasu. Good job, Stu. That was fun.